So today we've come up to the outdoor to do some more videos, some more flat work, some jumping of a course. But we've waited for a break in the weather, which we've got. So thinking, yeah, we're really lucky. But it's come down so hard that it's sitting on top of the surface, and as you can see, it's all the way round. So this will have to wait till tomorrow, and we will do plan B and go out hacking. But she's standing very patiently waiting for her waiting for the gate to open. That's not going to open. Okay, so I will pick this back up when we get back down the yard and we'll go out hacking. Okay, so plan B, and we're just going out for a little hack. Hi. So we're just out for a hack now. Bear with me as always with the in and out of the car. I'll try and keep the video on where I can. Okay, so this is actually Betty's first hack out with us here at CnG. We would normally do all the other videos first, but as you've just seen, the arena's flooded. We've just had absolute non-stop torrential rain all night and all day up to now, so I think the rain's just come down too fast for the surface to seep away. So perhaps in a few hours it would be good to go, but anyway, that can be tomorrow's job. So as I say many times on these videos, it's very important to take full notice of the horses, how they react to leaving the yard. As we all know, these horses are with us for a short time, so they're, this is still their settling in period. So what you see with us would be what you would get at home with them settling in. You're not seeing a horse in their long-term home, so you're very much seeing the horses raw, to be honest. And as I say, this is the first hack, so you are seeing what we would see first time out, straight out alone. Again, I just think it's everything I advise somebody not to do when you take them. I never think it's good to take the horses straight out alone. It's not something that I would advise. Obviously we do it, guys, for a number of reasons. We're experienced and we are completely used to doing this with new horses. Our riders are capable, and they're always told by myself that if for any reason they're unsure, they feel the horse is unsure, they don't think that the horse is ready to go out alone, whatever, that they wouldn't continue. So the fact that you see in this video now, and all of the videos that we do hacking alone, that just means that without even me having to communicate to the rider now, that I know that she's happy, or if Kyle's doing it, if he's happy, and they continue. They will not continue with any of the any of what we do with the horses, any of the assessments, if the horses are not comfortable. And you know, some horses just take more time than others, but most of the time 98% of our horses are all from private owners, unless I state otherwise. So it's okay guys, I can see a message coming up on my phone that I was just reading. My mum's actually abroad sunning herself in Morocco, and she just sent me a WhatsApp. It took my attention. If this is the first time you're watching our hacking videos, you'll not know, I do say it a few times, that just where Nikki's about to ride to, there's a gateway with actually some dogs behind like the bush. You can't hear them, you can't see them, but you can hear them. So sometimes the horses do take a wide berth if they're out. So just to let you know, people do wonder why the horses randomly move to the middle of the road when they get to this part, and that's the reason. So the lovely Betty is 15 hands. She is 16 years old and she is turning 17 next week. It's her birthday. I'm sure she'll have a birthday here at CnG. She has come from her private owner, who is, it's such a sad sale, a very sad sale of a really lovely horse. She is only for sale through absolutely no fault of her own. She's done nothing wrong. Purely her owner is a more mature rider who just really wants a horse that probably wants to do a bit less than Betty wants to do, and that's it. Oh, look at that, straight through the water. Oh, Nikki's giving her a pat. How good is that? She's picking her legs up really high. Can you see that? Look. To be fair, that I mean, Nikki had no choice there, because that could potentially be quite dangerous, because you've got all of that water there, which most horses, let's face it, would go around that, not through it. But she was on a blind bend as well, so she can't just go to the middle of the road. As you can see, their car, 1 minute they're not there, then they're there, so you can't really play Russian roulette and chance that there's not a car coming, you know. So in that, it's little things like that that perhaps I like to point out on these videos, because it's things like that that we are used to assessing and seeing all of the time, where sometimes people would not perhaps always pick up on everything and would sometimes take it for granted. And you've just got to put things into perspective, that these horses, she has never ridden up here ever. She's never gone, you know, this is her first hack with us, and she's straight out alone with little, if any, persuasion by Nikki. She's, if you look at Nick, she's sort of riding along quite happily, and the mare's taken her nicely. So this is where I have to turn the camera off, guys, because I have to turn the car around and get out. So you can see Nick's, she always rides up there to give me a little bit of time to try and turn the car around. So I'm gonna, oh, nice pat for Betty. I'm gonna turn this off and pick it up in 1 second. You'll be okay. Right then, this is the fun part. I think this is always a really important part of the video, actually, guys, to see the horses, you know, how they're going to be. I think it's a bit deep, to be honest. Nick did say to me it might be. Oh, she will come back in sight in a second. And again, I do think, as I was just saying, I do think it's an important part of the video, because, you know, you've seen what they're like in open spaces, obviously, and also they've got to turn round and walk back. You know, which, as we all know, that horses coming towards home can get excited, especially if you've just had a canter on them as well. You know, it does. It really, you know, it is just part of the assessments. And as I was just saying before, it is a part that, this is why I just sort of try and do a bit of a commentary towards it, because like I say, it will just point out some things that we look for that you wouldn't necessarily, if you're not sort of used to picking up the finer details. Oh, it's really deep, that I can see she's actually sinking. Oh. A little bit of rain spoils all the plans. Is it quite deep, Nick?
What's that?
Is the ground quite deep?
Really deep. I was trying to find
I could see, yeah, I could see when you were cantering away that it was quite deep.
Yeah, no, it's so deep.
So, looks like Betty will have to have a leg wash when she's back in.
She's so much fun.
She's just your type, she is,
Yeah,
isn't she?
I love her.
And she's only snaffle mouth. Do you find her strong at all, Nick?
Not at all, no.
So she's in a snaffle, guys. That is her bridle. Don't actually know the name of the noseband, but her bridle will be available. Right, hang on. It will be available to purchase as an extra, but she is only in a snaffle, guys. So as Nick's just said, she's not strong. So going back to what I was saying with her basic info, as I was saying, it's really a sad sale from a lovely owner. She's come from a very nice home. She's had everything she's wanted, been on a full livery, and she's been used a lot of hacking on her own, actually. So this is why I knew that she would be good to go out on her own, because I'll just put these hazards on because I've got some cars behind me. So sorry about that clicking in the background, guys. Yeah, so she's been used for hacking out on her own, and sort of on road, off road, country, a lot of sort of busy country lanes, because even though you see on here that it's hit and miss. Sometimes we have loads of traffic and sometimes we don't, but we get a lot of sort of farm vehicles and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, the horses have to be good in that situation, and it seems to be that when we hack around here, it seems to just consist of continual blind bends, if I'm honest. So you just never know what's going to come round the corner next. So, you know, these horses, even though you're seeing these on assessment, guys, this is our first hack out with them and all the rest of it. You know, these have, as I was saying, these horses have come from private homes where I have done my research, and we're not completely sort of oblivious to, you know, what they're going to be like. You know, our research has been done. We already know. Oh, now this car wants to come past through the water. Yeah, we already have a good idea of you know, what the horse's strong points are, what their weak points are, what is safe to do, and so basically this is just for us to showcase it to you guys. She's been an absolute pleasure to have already. You wouldn't know that she's only just come. She's settled absolutely super. She doesn't bother. She obviously loves water. She doesn't bother at all when horses are coming and going in and out the stables. She doesn't in the slightest seem unsettled. You know, if you walked into the stable yard, you certainly wouldn't think that she's the new horse at all. She's good to load, she's good to travel, she's good to clip, shoe, all of that, good to bath. She's well mannered. Yeah, she's got no vices like that at all. She's very easy to have around. Her owner actually has just said in every way she's been perfect. She's just that little bit more forward and active than her owner really wants. Ideally, she, you know, this mare is sort of the sort of mare that you can do, you know, if you want to go and do a dressage test one day, if you want to go on a fun ride, if you want to just tack up and hack alone, as you can see, if you want to go and have a lesson, do a clinic, or go to a local show, whatever you want to do. She is the true all-rounder, and she's a great size, 15 hands and a good middleweight. She's quite an old-fashioned stamp of a horse, you know. She's the sort that I like, and I did say yesterday on the voiceover that if I was to look at her and nobody, you know, told me what sort of breeding she is, I would think that she's Irish cob cross Welsh cob, possibly. But yeah, super type, absolute super type. And I would say this horse knows a job. She's been there and she's done it all. There isn't anything that this horse hasn't done. So she has, but you know, I personally, as I was saying again yesterday, really do like these horses that have been there and done plenty. Now, you probably can't see on here, it just looks like a car with headlights, but it's got a really rattly trailer on the back, and the reason I know it's really rattly is because I see this car with this trailer multiple times. So you couldn't hear that then, but I mean, you could see the type of trailer, but there you go. That, you know, that's exactly what you see. Absolutely no reaction whatsoever. I've got to say, the two mares that we've got in at the minute, her and Jazz, they are absolutely fantastic hacking mares. Really good, and very confident to go out alone. Nothing really seems to bother them. Happy to go out for a canter, thoroughly enjoy it, but are very level-headed and sensible. Come back to you when you ask them to, which is everything that you want. You don't want one that's, you know, that you're going half a mile further than you really want to because you can't stop. And bear in mind, they're only in snaffles, guys, you know, they're only in snaffles. So I think you can see from her hack that she's a super hacking mare. Real fun all-rounder. I would say that this mare has got, I wouldn't like to say, but I would say many years of riding. You always know when Nick's enjoyed it because the pats come plentiful. She's actually really good, you know, with the horses like that. But yeah, when Nick's generous with the pats, you know that she's enjoyed her ride. Oh, right, guys. Okay. Oh. Where with? Keep up. Oh, I had to keep running around the corners then. I said I always know when you've enjoyed it because you pat them loads. Right.
Yeah.
Oh. There's a bit of a yawn there. Hang on, Kyle, I'm just on video.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyle. You might get spotted for that. What is more impressive, the singing or that Kyle is?
Cleaning hair.
Yeah. You're a good girl. So there you go, guys. I've kept that rolling for as long as I could. Do you know what? Molly'd love it.
Yeah.
And my mum.
Yeah, Molly, I'm not for ages.
No.
Not right.
She's a mummy G type, this horse.
Yeah. Good girl.
Waiting very patiently to be untacked. I think we're going to have a leg wash.
Yeah.
Good girl. Oh. Gosh, you didn't work that hard.
Oh, baby.
Right, just to confirm, yesterday I did say yellow heart and then I was a little bit flaky with the committal to that, but she is yellow heart, guys. Okay, thank you.